Formula One fans were left speechless earlier today as shocking news emerged from Red Bull Racing. Christian Horner, who led the team for nearly 20 years, has been unexpectedly removed from his role, effective immediately. In his place, Laurent Mekies has taken over as CEO of Red Bull Racing, though it's not yet clear whether this change is temporary or if he's there to stay. The entire paddock is buzzing with theories, and already, Sebastian Vettel's name is being passed around as someone who might take on a more permanent leadership position in the near future. This sudden shakeup has left many wondering, how did things fall apart for a man who once stood as the backbone of Red Bull's success? Since stepping in back in 2005 after Red Bull took over from Jaguar, Horner has been the team's public face and a driving force behind their rise to dominance. Under his command, Red Bull claimed a total of 8 World Drivers' Championships, 4 by Sebastian Vettel and 4 in a row with Max Verstappen between 2021 and 2024. But despite this glittering record, signs of instability had been growing louder in recent years. Internal tensions, controversies, and a slow decline in performance had made Horner's position increasingly shaky. Things began to shift drastically following the death of Red Bull co-founder Dietrich Mateschitz in late 2022. Mateschitz had been a firm supporter of Horner and often acted as a buffer, keeping behind-the-scenes disputes from boiling over. With his absence, cracks in the foundation began to widen. Power struggles inside the team grew more visible, especially involving Helmut Marko and Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen's father. Horner soon found himself at the center of mounting criticism. Jos Verstappen was blunt, publicly demanding Horner step down. Even more damaging was Max's silence. He didn't defend Horner, which many took as silent agreement. As tensions rose, a pattern of key figures leaving the team added more pressure to the situation. One of the most notable exits was that of Adrian Newey, the technical mastermind behind many of Red Bull's most successful cars, who moved to Aston Martin. Following him, other vital staff members also chose to step away. Jonathan Wheatley, who played a central role in the team's strategic decision-making, left as well. Soon after, Rob Marshall, Lee Stevenson, and Will Courtenay followed suit. These departures painted a troubling picture, raising questions about the internal environment under Horner's leadership. Despite all this, Horner's seat at the top still appeared steady for a while, but then came the real game-changer, whispers about Max Verstappen considering a move to Mercedes. By mid-2024, these rumors became hard to ignore. Even though Verstappen's camp publicly stated their commitment, those behind the scenes weren't so convinced. Aston Martin was briefly considered, a potential option for Max too, but their inconsistent performance made that move unlikely. Then came a cryptic comment from Max's manager shortly after Horner's dismissal. "Our aim remains the same. We want to return to the top." Many took this as a signal that dissatisfaction had been brewing in Verstappen's circle for some time. Red Bull's poor form in 2025 only added more fuel to the fire. The once dominant team found itself outpaced by McLaren, a frustrating reality for a group that had gotten used to leading the pack. Max Verstappen now sits third in the standings, 69 points behind the championship leader. Red Bull has also slipped to fourth in the Constructors' Championship, and their second car, first driven by Liam Lawson and then handed to Yuki Tsunoda, has hardly brought in points. It's a harsh reminder of how quickly things can go south in Formula One when cracks begin to show. Beyond performance issues and internal rifts, Horner's personal controversies further strained his grip on power. Last year, allegations surfaced against him, prompting Red Bull to launch an internal inquiry. Though the investigation officially cleared him, the cloud of suspicion never fully lifted. That uncertainty, combined with other problems, damaged his standing even more. Jos Verstappen, never one to hold back, accused Horner of creating division within the team. He even went as far as saying Horner was pretending to be the victim while being the one causing trouble. What's more telling, Max never publicly disagreed. Things escalated when reports began to surface that Verstappen's management had demanded Horner's influence be reduced. If Max were to remain with Red Bull, one major outlet in Germany reported that Max's camp wanted changes in how the team was run, and Horner's role was at the center of that. Many in the paddock began to see it as a clear-cut situation. The team had to choose between their long-serving team boss or their star driver. In the end, Red Bull sided with the driver. Still, removing Horner doesn't automatically fix everything. Verstappen's future with the team isn't locked in, and plenty of problems still need urgent attention. Red Bull's second car continues to underperform, with driver changes failing to deliver any real stability. Within just 12 months, 3 different drivers have taken that seat, reflecting the uncertainty and lack of a clear plan from the top. Now, all eyes are on Laurent Mekies, who's been tasked with cleaning up the mess. Mekies previously led Red Bull's junior team and is known for his calm approach. His relationships with both Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda could help ease the tension. There's a feeling that he might be the right person to bring order back into a team that's lost direction, but the challenges he's walking into are significant, and expectations are sky-high. Kais now faces a tough road ahead. One of his biggest concerns will be stopping the steady stream of talent walking out the door. losing high-level technical staff has already taken a toll. And unless that trend is reversed, Red Bull's future could become even shakier. Mecchi's experience at Ferrari and his recent leadership at VCARB, formerly AlphaTauri, give him a solid foundation, especially when it comes to engineering and team structure. But fixing the cracks left behind by Horner's departure won't be a quick task. Another pressing issue is the performance gap created under technical director Pierre Wacht, who rose in influence during Horner's final years. Wacht had been given significant authority by Horner, and while he had early success, the stagnation of Red Bull's 2025 car, the RB21, is raising eyebrows. Some believe Wacht might now come under review as Mecchi's reshapes the team. It's worth noting that Adrian Newey's decision to leave coincided with Wacht's rise in status, adding another layer of complexity. Meanwhile, veteran F1 broadcaster Martin Brundle recently shared his conversation with Horner. According to Brundle, Horner said he wasn't even given a specific reason for his removal, something that caught many by surprise. Considering his long and successful run at the team, adding to the swirling drama, there have been fresh reports that Sebastian Vettel had been in touch with Red Bull about potentially returning, but not just as a driver. Some insiders believe he's being considered for a key advisory role, possibly stepping into Helmut Marko's shoes in the future. Vettel himself addressed these talks in an interview on ORF TV, saying he's had conversations with Marko about the topic. While he admitted it would be no easy task to fill Marko's position, he didn't rule it out. He called Marko irreplaceable, praising the Austrian's impact on the team since its early days. Still, his tone left the door open to something more, perhaps not right away. But eventually, as speculation grows, fans are beginning to wonder whether Vettel could actually return to Red Bull in a leadership position, not to replace Helmut Marko, but to step into the role left vacant by Horner. Just a few months ago, that idea would have sounded far-fetched. But with recent events unfolding so quickly, what once seemed like a distant possibility now feels much closer to reality. Interestingly, Horner's final race as team principal, the British Grand Prix, seemed to capture Red Bull's current struggles in a single weekend. Max Verstappen started on pole, a familiar sight, but things went downhill from there. A series of mistakes and questionable strategy calls saw him finish in fifth. It was exactly the kind of race that Red Bull, at its peak, would have dominated, with Horner usually known for sharp calls under pressure. This time, things fell apart. Following the race and Horner's official exit, Red Bull CEO Oliver Mintzlaff issued a formal statement. He thanked Horner for his long-standing service, acknowledging nearly 20 years of contributions. Mintzlaff noted that Horner's work had played a huge role in shaping Red Bull into one of Formula One's most successful teams. While the message was respectful, it was also final, clearly closing the chapter on Horner's reign at the top. Meanwhile, Mecchi's has made his first public comments since taking charge. He expressed gratitude for his time running the junior team and praised the new leadership taking over at VCARB, but now, his focus is fully on restoring Red Bull's competitiveness. He spoke about the importance of creating a stable environment, something that has clearly been missing. With pressure building, he'll need to act fast to bring back the performance edge and hold on to key talent. Looking forward, Red Bull, it stands at a critical crossroads. With no major upgrades expected for the RB21, the rest of the 2025 season might remain a rough ride. The team's dominance feels like a thing of the past, replaced by inconsistency and growing tension within the garage, but the recent leadership shakeup is a clear message from the top. Change is no longer optional, it's necessary. For Mecchi's, the clock is already ticking. He needs to rebuild team morale, fix operational gaps, and, most importantly, keep Max Verstappen committed. Verstappen is not just a star driver, he's the centerpiece of Red Bull's recent success, and losing him would be a blow with long-lasting consequences. Reports suggest that Mercedes is still watching closely, ready to pounce if the situation doesn't improve. The focus now turns to whether Mecchi's can bring back that winning mindset. His management style is more methodical than flashy, but that might be exactly what Red Bull needs. Quiet leadership, strong internal communication, and clear technical direction could help the team reset. The Red Bull of today is very different from the squad Horner once built, and whether that's a good or bad thing depends on what happens next. As for Christian Horner, rumors continue to swirl about his next destination. Some suggest he could end up at Ferrari, a move that would send shockwaves through the paddock. Whether those whispers hold weight or not, one thing is certain: Horner's sudden departure proves that no individual, no matter how successful, is safe in the fast-moving world of Formula One. What Red Bull does from here won't just shape their future, it could impact the power balance of the entire grid. Will Mecchi stabilize the team and restore its dominance? Or will Red Bull continue to fall behind, risking the exit of its biggest stars? Only time will tell.